Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this afternoon for an album review. Know this is an album review that some people are gonna probably bitch me out over it, but I don't really give a fuck because this is for AJR and their new album, The Maybe Man. This pretty much, I did tell myself this was going to be the last AJR album I would be reviewing. I don't know. I'm only mostly doing it because I'm just like poking fun at how terrible this band is. And give me 1 second, gotta pause the video. I'm so sorry about pausing the video early, guys. Basically, my sister's cat, Titan or whatever, just wanted out. And I mean, he's a cat, he's gonna be indecisive, but honestly, it's like, what the hell? So it's like when you know you are doing something and something distracts you from having to pause the video, that's what happens. So pretty much this is probably going to be like it's an album review, so I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 12 songs by AJR's The Maybe Man and let you know my thoughts on this album as a whole. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the opening track, which is one of the worst fucking songs. I think it's the third worst track on the album, third or fourth worst track, because the lyrics are so cringe and garbage that you're just like, Jack, what the fuck are you trying to write with your lyricism? Like, come on, think of better fucking lyrics for your music. Like, if you want to do this kind of route, you gotta at least put a lot more effort into the melodies, mostly the musicality, and mostly the lyricism. The lyricism is hot garbage for this album, and it's so unrelatable. And mostly this song is very unrelatable too, because I just don't give two fucks about this track. The opening track is the worst fucking song. So 1 out of 5 for this one. Touchy Feely Fool is, I don't know. This one was another cringe song. I think this was a single, but I didn't really give a fuck to listen to it. The last single I heard was Yes, I'm a Mess, which I will get to that song in a moment. This one is a 1.5 out of 5. It's a little better than the opening track, but it's not great. It is not a good song. I will say that. It's just Jack's songwriting is terrible, in my opinion. And just the way the melody comes off is like cringy. So this is really bad. Yes, I'm a Mess is a terrible song too. It's as bad as the opening track. So it's a 1 out of 5. I did review this track. I don't know what I rated it originally, but it's like the ending with the melody switches up and it just sounds really awful with the production. This song is garbage. So this trio band needs to fucking give it up now, because I think they're like 5 or 6 albums in and they're sucking. Honestly, they're really sucking, big time. And I think OK Orchestra was terrible, but this is hitting a new level of garbage. So, the Dumb song is disappointing. I didn't care for this. I mean, yeah, musicality, it was a little better, but I don't like the girl that says you should have not have done that, or you should not have done that. I was like, what the fuck is that for in the track? It's like, mixing wise, they tried to do a little better, but then they had to add a cringe line, cringe moment with the sound effect in the track. That really ruined it a bit, so 2.5 out of 5. And Jack's songwriting is a little cringy. Inertia, I believe is what it's called, Inertia. This one was bad too. I think it's just a bad track. It's not one of the worst songs, but it just sounds cringy with how Jack is singing it from time to time, and just the lyrics are very unrelatable. So sorry about the background noise. My nephew is throwing a fit today, so he's in the mood. Inertia is getting a 2 out of 5. Turning Out, part 3, I think was disappointing. There are some very weak sections in the track. Like, the verses are very weak, and lyrically it talks about the word sex in it, like, oh, we're gonna have sex or whatever the fuck he says in it, and it's like, Jack, you need to write better lyrics. It's like, what the fucking shit. So 2 out of 5. It's another bad song. I just don't really give two fucks about it. Hole in the Bottom of My Brain is one of the worst fucking songs. The melody sounds like cringe, and just it changes its tune. Like, the melody changes and switches up, and not in a good way. It just makes it worse. And I don't know, Jack's songwriting in it is bad too. It sounds like fucking children's music that is more cringy. So basically, I think this band makes the most irrelatable lyrics, and just this trio pop group makes the most irrelatable lyrics and irrelevant melodies that are very forgettable. So 0.5 out of 5. The DJ is crying for help. I thought was disappointing. I mean, it tried, but I don't think it was that great of a song. So 2.5 out of 5. It's still a disappointing track that's going to ruin the album's reception. Then comes I Won't, and that's another bad song. I don't care for this track. When I first heard it, I was like, the lyrics are god awful, and just the way it's sounding overall is not doing well over me. 1 out of 5. I think I reviewed it last year when it came out. I just never really gave a fuck about this track. I never really came back to it. Steve's Going to London is another one of the worst songs on the album. It's a 0.5 out of 5 for me. It's really fucking awful, and it can go fuck itself for sure and die in a hole and live in that hole while it's being buried alive. I don't know, this song was really bad. Jack's lyricism is just crap, and just the way it overall is structured and sounding is not doing it for me personally. So Steve's Going to London is a 0.5 out of 5. God Is Really Real. This song was about their late father that did pass away, which I really am sorry that they lost their dad. That I will say my condolences for. But overall, the track is disappointing. It just goes into, the first verse is not bad, and then the chorus is fine. But when the second verse comes in, the lyrics get very unrelatable, and it goes off topic with what the song is trying to depict about, and it doesn't do it. So 2.5 out of 5. Then comes another one of the worst songs, 2085. The closing track. Closing track is awful. For 5.5 minutes, it's a drag. It's boring. It's cringy. And Jack's lyricism is really god-awful with this song. And this song doesn't do it. It's one of the worst tracks on the album, along with the other 2 songs I mentioned that got 0.5 out of 5s. So this one is a 0.5 out of 5. It's really bad. It is not well mixed. It is not well done. And sorry about the background noise. My nephew's throwing a fit, and my sister's cat is scratching my door. I don't fucking know why. I gotta let him in a moment. So overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think AJR, the Maybe Man, sorry about the background noise, he is really throwing a fit today. I think the Maybe Man is really pretty much one of the worst albums of 2023. Probably going to be worst album of the year. Most likely. I think it makes it to being the worst album of the year. And it will be on the list of worst albums of 2023. So if I were to give this album a score, I'd give it a 1.5 out of 10. Fuck this AJR album. It's worse than the OK Orchestra. I think OK Orchestra did a little better, but it was still bad. This one, they just went from disappointing to really pretty much garbage. Well, they were garbage the whole time. It's just they hid that for some of the songwriting. I just think with their songwriting, it's awful. I think they need to fucking give it up and just stop making music. This is not doing it for them, and they are a very unrelatable band, very irrelevant, very forgettable, and this band's a joke, honestly. Like, they need to fucking throw in the towel, because they're ruining it for their, like, musically and production wise. This album doesn't do it. This is my opinion. If you guys like AJR, more power to you. But personally, I think they make the most cringiest music ever. Lyrically, it's cringy. Musicality is cringy. Jack's songwriting is cringy. And just overall, it's not good. So, 1.5 out of 10 for AJR the Maybe Man. Thank you for watching this album review today.